Romeo Tights incident, but the magic was a different kind of beast. What do you want, Audrey? A poem? A dance? Do you want me to prance her out in tights again? Because the knees are still stretched out from the last time. I want you to do something that isn't motivated by scotch or a dare, Audrey said, her voice softening. Just one thing. For me. Jeff thought about it. He thought about the 18% gratuity at the hotel. He thought about the $14 popcorn at the movies. He thought about the way Audrey looked at him when he was singing about a car. Fine, he said. Next Saturday. No beer. No Adam. Just us. Really? Really? But if there's a surcharge for romance, you're paying it. Chapter 20, The Gourmet Gauntlet. The concept of a magic Saturday was, in Jeff Bingham's mind, a direct threat to the natural order of the universe. Saturday was for sports, sweatpants, and a steady stream of carbonated beverages. But a deal was a deal. I'm cooking, Jeff announced, holding a massive cookbook titled French Cuisine for the Fearless like it was a live grenade. Beef Wellington. It's beef wrapped in bread. Audrey. It's basically a fancy hamburger. How hard could it be? Audrey leaned against the kitchen counter, crossing her arms. You're actually doing it. No takeout. No emergency pepperoni pizza. I am a man of my word, Jeff said, donning an apron that said Grill Master, which he had repurposed for the oven. Now, go out there, put on some music. Do whatever it is women do when they aren't complaining about chest hair. I've got this. 3 hours later, the kitchen looked like a disaster zone. There was flour on the ceiling, a mysterious red stain on the curtains, and the smoke alarm was beginning to beep in a way that suggested it was nearing its breaking point. Jeff, Audrey called from the living room. Is everything okay? It smells like a campfire in there. It's called charring, Audrey. Jeff yelled back, frantically trying to scrape a layer of burnt pastry off the baking sheet. It locks in the juices. Go back to your candles. In the end, the beef Wellington looked less like a French masterpiece and more like a charred meteorite. Jeff plated it with a single, sad sprig of parsley he'd found in the back of the fridge. Well, Audrey said, staring at the lump of carbon on her plate, it's a choice. It's a sacrifice, Jeff corrected, sitting down. I haven't checked the score of the Mets game once. I have no idea if they're winning or if the pitcher has been traded for a basket of laundry. This, Audrey, is love. Audrey took a bite. It was dry, flavorless, and had the texture of a leather shoe. She looked at Jeff, who was watching her with an expression of pure, unadulterated hope. It's perfect, she lied. I knew it, Jeff said, reaching for his phone. Now, since we've established I'm a gourmet chef, let's call Joe's Pizza. This stuff is too high-end for me to finish. Chapter 21, The Cat Funeral Conundrum. The practice party was the gift that kept on taking. Adam and Jennifer were currently standing in a small, hushed living room in Chelsea, surrounded by framed photos of a cat named Barnaby. "I can't believe we're here," Adam whispered, clutching his messenger bag. "Mrs. Fizzwhiskers sent us a LinkedIn invite and then followed it up with a funeral announcement. Why did we think the office blood drive list was a good idea? Because we wanted a 6-slice toaster, Adam," Jennifer hissed back, trying to look appropriately somber. "Now, hush. The spiritualist is about to start the eulogy." The ceremony was grueling. Barnaby, apparently, had been a cat of many talents, including staring at walls with profound intensity and judging guests from the top of the refrigerator. "Sir Bark-a-Lot was more fun," Adam muttered. "At least there was cake there. Here, all we have is lukewarm chamomile tea and the smell of catnip incense." Just then, Mrs. Fizzwhiskers approached them, her eyes red and watery. "It means so much that you came," she croaked. "Most people don't understand the bond. But you too. I could tell at your party. You have the souls of caretakers." Adam looked at Jennifer. Jennifer looked at Adam. The weight of their caretaker souls was beginning to feel like a recurring debt. "We're so sorry for your loss," Jennifer said, patting the woman's hand. Barnaby was a giant among felines. "I'm moving," Mrs. Fizzwhiskers announced suddenly, "to a smaller place. I want you to have Barnaby's favorite thing, a testament to our friendship." She handed them a large, heavy box. Adam opened it to find a massive, velvet-lined cat tower that smelled vaguely of fish. "It's 8th-generation cat hair," Adam whispered, staring at the tower. "We can't return this, can we?" "It's a gift, Adam," Jennifer said, her voice trembling. Shazam! Chapter 22. The Silk Revolution. Russell's office at the Fulford Modeling Agency was small, windowless, and shared a wall with a room where Gladys the receptionist spent most of her day sighing loudly. But Russell had a vision. "Mrs. Fulford," Russell said, bursting into the studio with a portable fan and a tub of industrial-strength glitter, "the robbing is dead. Long live the robe experience." Mrs. Fulford looked up from her knitting. "Russell, we are shooting the winter comfort line. Why do you have a wind machine?" "Because, Mrs. F., winter comfort sounds like a brand of orthopedic socks. We need chilly sensuality. We need I'm cold, but I'm also expensive." He turned on the fan. The beautiful model in the floor-length silk robe suddenly found herself battling a localized hurricane. The robe billowed, the glitter caught the light, and for a brief second, it looked less like a bus station in the 19th century and more like a music video from the 80s. "See," Russell shouted over the roar of the fan. "It's dynamic. It's modern. It makes men want to buy their wives a robe just to see if the wind machine comes with it." "Russell," Mrs. Fulford yelled, her knitting needles clattering to the floor, "the glitter is in my tea, and Gladys is being blown away." Russell looked over to see Gladys clutching her typewriter as her cardigan flapped wildly in the breeze.